Hi and welcome to our new video channel. This is going to be the first of our movies that we're going to be making. So today we're going to take the dogs over to the Pipeline Trail, which is just outside of Titirangi. It's not too far from here, it's quite a short drive. Normally is a shorter drive, but due to all the flooding and landslides that happened earlier on in the year, we have to actually go around and into Titirangi. So the stuff that I've got here, this is a couple of towels that are going to go in the car because the dogs are like sponges and they'll suck up everything. We've got water for us, water bowl for the dogs, and some more water inside. So I'll just get the car prepped now and then we'll grab the dogs and off we go. So what we got in here, this is our sort of family van, or our dog van as it's referred. Is a protective sheet that my partner Ayako made, which is really good. It also protects the back seats in the car. I'm just going to throw, sorry, full of sand as you can see from our previous trip that we made the other day and never got around to tidying it out. This is a 20-litre pail of water, what we use when we're on longer trips, or also if the dogs get massively wet. We've got a little electric shower that we can plug in and rinse them off before we chuck them in the car. So the towels, generally we always have a towel over the back seats because the dogs like to lean over like a bonnet. So that'll just protect that part of the seat when the dogs are hanging over, as well as the cover that's underneath it. Really think this van needs a good clean. Okay, I'll go and get the dogs. Okay, so these are our dogs and they love to drag you. So this guy is Ollie, the retriever. This is Teal, he's a flopper dog, and this is Luna, she's a Larotti. And these guys love going out for a walk. Okay, in. Come on. Come on. Luna. Come on. Good girl. Okay, so we're just fastening this up, which gives us a little bit of a gate when we're opening the back of the car at the other end. Stops the dogs from jumping out, even though they could quite easily jump over it. They don't. Okay, so that's these guys ready for a ride. Okay, so that was about a 5-minute drive from where we've just come from. So now we'll just get the dogs ready and get the stuff ready, and we'll be heading off down the track, which is just over here behind the old waterworks, and walking down a couple of kilometres. We can't get all the way down to the bottom of the track because it is actually about a 4-kilometre track down to the reservoir at the bottom, but there's been some landslips during the floods and the cyclone that came through New Zealand, so parts of that pathway are still shut off. So the secret here is to stand out of the way, otherwise I'm going to get smashed over by these guys because they're like bulls. Okay, and now we'll head off onto the track. Here we are straight away into a dog knob. socket because until we burn off a bit of energy, we just want to go. So along the way we can see the sort of house and stuff that they put up, explaining how this track was originally built. It was originally built as the first road that came out into the Waitakere, and it was called Exabition Drive, and it was all about getting the water from the reservoirs back in towards the city. So this sign here tells us that dogs are welcome on this track, as with most of the tracks around the area, but they must be kept on a lead. There is areas where you can take the dogs off the lead and you have another knot. So we can see here the first of the many landslides that will be coming across along this journey, and we can also see here that the mud all over the floor is where that land has come down. It's started to grow new grass now, because obviously this happened back in either January or February during the deluge or when the cyclone came through, but a lot of this area was closed down. You can also see over here all the debris that have been cleared and sort of pushed down the bank. This is another small step here.
Go.
So these are the tunnels that we see in the rock here is a part of the original pipeline where it went through. Obviously the road was built, I think sort of around the rock face, but this must have been cut out at some point, but whereas the pipe has gone straight through. So there's a few of these little tunnels as we go along and further down the pathway. You can also see where they've drilled in some rock anchors here, because this stuff can become destabilised. There's some of the signs say back there about rocks falling. But at the moment, the biggest thing is all the earth and growth falling because of the rain and bad weather that we're having out here.
Hello.
There's another sign here that tells us a bit more about the pipeline and when it was built. So it says there that the route we're walking was once a tram line carrying materials and construction down to the upper Waitakere. And we won't actually be going as far as the dam today, because like I said, the track is closed further down. So this is the second set of gates that we meet. This is actually in the middle of the track. There is another entrance onto this track, which leads up onto the sort of bottom end of Shore Road, but the road itself is closed. We would have seen that on our drive down here, because during the floods the road actually split, so there's only residents allowed to come down here. So this is the road here. This track on this side, as I say, predominantly was closed. I can see people coming through, and maybe they have opened the far end of it now. But there's certainly signs here about the landslide area. And we've only gone so far up where the buildings are. Okay, so it is open all the way down. If you want to go down to the dam. Okay, so now we've just heard that it is open further down the track. So we're going to have an attempt at walking down. That roughly makes it, I think this side of it's about another 1.5 kilometres. So there and back, probably around about 6.5, 7 kilometres by the time we get back to the car. So you can see here, there's quite a dip in the pathway here. Daft dog. This used to be smooth, but the ground has sunk, like my camera person nearly did just there. You can see that Ollie here is now trying to turn into a black dog, because he's an absolute muck magnet when it comes to walking anywhere. With a landslide you can see just up ahead here where the pathway is sort of half of it's disappeared down the bank. So I'm guessing we'll be sticking over to the right, because we don't want to get in there. So we're seeing lots of sort of mud and water just lay on top of the pathway out here, which you don't normally get, but this is simply because the ground is so sodden that it's condensed itself down and it just can't take any more water, pretty much. Just ahead of us here is a huge landslide that's come down off the bank. We have been here previously. And when we get there, if you look at the top, you can see a house pretty much hanging off the side of the bank. This has happened a few places around. It's not only Auckland and West Auckland where we are, but also around the country with the storms that we had. Really good place to get your dog covered in mud. If you just look up there, you can see the house right on the edge of the landslip. Yeah, I'm guessing these people aren't living in this house anymore, because undoubtedly the council would have moved them out. And you can also see down here where the landslide came straight away across the pathway and down here. So it's a bit of a devastation, really. Okay, so you've got some road turns here, a danger construction site on it. Doesn't actually seem to be a closure in that the pathway is closed. We can see along this side where the whole pathway is subsided. Probably suggests that this new pipeline in between us must be a replacement of the old existing iron line that's evidently got damaged due to the land sinking down so much. And that's a really muddy trail we've got to get through there. This is why it's always a good idea to wear some good boots when you're coming on these pathways, especially when been raining. We've just got these people past here, otherwise we're going to get in a bit of a dog jam.
No, I'm not gonna be scared. I'm gonna clean this.
Looks like what we've got here is some of the old cast pipes that have been taken out and replaced with that big new one that we've got down there. The ground here where we have vehicles and stuff, it just turns to slush straight away because it's so sodden. So here we are at the fourth gate along this pathway. We're going to go just to the other side of it and I'll show you the dam on the other side, and then we'll be returning back along the same trail pretty much. There is various other trails that can take you up towards Waitakere Visitor Centre, or continuing down the road takes you down onto Huia Road, but you pretty much just end up in the middle of a country road. See the track up here is called the Belvedere track, which links on. Quite a few of these tracks all link together. Depends how big of a walk you wanna make it.
Yeah.
Leads off to Belvedere track, Waitakere Visitor Centre, and to the Pipeline Road, and a rough estimate of time, and a note at the bottom that dogs are welcome on these tracks. This is the lower Waitakere Dam. As I mentioned earlier on, the upper Waitakere Dam is further up the bank, and that's where the water is actually coming in from the upper dam. The water off this dam is drained and goes to the pumping station, again up near Titirangi Road. Great views from up here, especially if you just like green and blue skies, which we didn't expect we were going to get because it was absolutely howling down with rain literally 10-15 minutes before we left the house. So looks like we might have found a bit of a sweet spot for this one. Okay, let's head back. So these guys want a drink?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to give me that one. Okay, so these...
How are you feeling?
I think you can. That's so good.
Oh, Tito's boys, easy.
We are 3 kilometres into this walk now, and we're just heading back. So, assuming it actually picked us up from when we left the van, it should be overall about 6k. So this is pretty typical of Ollie, who will just decide that he's going to stop and sit down. So hopefully we can motivate him. Maybe if you guys go ahead, then he'll follow.
Come on, Ollie. Ollie, come on.
Come on. There you go. Yeah, off we go. Seems to be in a bit of a tangle there, guys. Yep. This is going to pan out. Hopefully not stuck in my leg. Come on. And here we are again. Brakes on. He's on something. Maybe break it because he keeps stabbing teal with it. Okay. Okay, now they both want it. Yeah, this isn't really working
Oh,
out,
they
is it?
split it. There you go.
Everybody happy?
Now they're eating it.
No. Come on.
No, but that's Muddy ones at other place, isn't it? Muddy is the favorite mountain. Corner.
Oh, what are you? Not fine, man. Oh, you guys have to move forward, I think. Just wait until you leave. Okay, so here we are back pretty much from where we started. You can see the gate just up ahead. So what I'm going to do is send this advanced camera crew off ahead to catch us as we just come around the corner. And then we'll run through just giving these guys a bit of a tidy up and getting them back in the car. Okay, so here we are back in the car. No, we didn't lose a dog, it just ran off ahead because the dog carrier tried to hide from the camera. So what we'll do is just get these guys, let's pull them all together. You notice here we've got the token bag of poo that you get when you're walking the dogs. So always be responsible and take it with you. You should be really leaving nothing more than foot tracks and probably dog pee because we can't pick that up along the way. Okay, let's get these guys sorted. I'm going to have to just hold them back because I will need to give them a shower, because especially Ollie is absolutely covered in mud. So could you get the shower, please? So this is just a little electric shower that sort of not the greatest invention in the world and quite temperamental in more accounts. But it does do the job. Okay. This guy, and this because he sits down in the pools every time like this. So it's really hard to wash muck off a dog when he's sitting in the muck. There you go. So what happens here is you clean the bottom and he gets mud on the top. Enjoying himself is the main thing. Luna, in, come on, come on. Maybe just throw that on the floor. So this is the reason that we have a waterproof cover in the back. Throw a couple of towels down. We'll give these guys a better wash when we get back home. As you can see, the weather's just about turned on us now. So luckily we got back to the car. We're just going to get this stuff packed away. So that was our first adventure, or first YouTube adventure anyway. So if you like what you see and want to follow us further, then remember to click the like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.